This one is aspiring and not desiring. And that is something that Sri Chinmoy said to Carlos Santana in 1973. And I'm sorry if I just butchered his name. If anyone knows the actual pronunciation, let me know. This one is aspiring and not desiring. Never been fucked up by a kiss like this. Never felt your insides quiver with exquisite horror. Never opened your loveliness to the tragedy before you fell into these eyes. There is a hunger beyond need, a desire that long ago left lust in the dust, conspiring to aspire, seeking that which mortal commingling can neither name nor touch. One man's profanation, another's sacred doorway to everything. I'll read a few more at the end of the evening, but now we're going to jump back into the open mic. And our next open mic reader is Desiree. So let's welcome Desiree up.
Hi, newlyweds. Okay. Hi. So I think the theme tonight is sort of summary. It seems like a few of us couldn't let go, so mine is about summer. And youthful summer, and the optimism that brings. Yucaipa Lakes. Legs in cutoffs stick to cracked leather in the front seat. Beer smuggled under ice chest cover in the back seat of his uncle's Chevy. Root beer brown. It glistens in the SoCal sun like skin soaking in Hawaiian tropic. Bumper to trunk, in line by 8 or miss the good spots. Volleyball nets and hillside seclusion, and get stuck by the water with kids. We're in the park, our prime, our denial of what September meant. In-season breast bounce over slow-down speed bumps. He promises babies and birthdays and studio apartment living, distractions. From blister burns and aptitude tests, and the girl who chased him and tequila when I went home for curfew. Smog check density weighs down never to grow again grass, the border around this duck shit watering hole. Back to crotch, elbows on thighs, ripe melon stuffed in mouth, seeds and juice dripped down, on legs stretched side by side. We lean back into shady tree trunk, cooling down from the flare of 17 in summer. Can you jump? Can you jump? Yes, I said. He reached out to help me over the rocks, the deep, the hard part. I didn't look up, only found my footing and slipped past, jumping to safety with my own 2 feet.
Now please say hello to Angie Lindquist. Hello again, Angie. Welcome back. Let her through, let her through.
How are you?
Thank you. And congratulations.
I didn't marry Diane, but that was very nice.
I started sitting and I went, whoa.
It's a good thing Tony's not here. Yeah.
I got my Sun magazine in the mail and I was reading through it and I read this poem and I tried to turn the page and I couldn't do it. I had to read it again. So I thought, oh, I need to share this. So this is called We Would Never Sleep, and it's written by David Hernandez. We, the people, we, the one, times 320 million, I'm rounding up. There really are too many grass blades to count. Wheat plants to tally. Just see the whole field swaying from here to that shy blue mountain. Swaying, as in rocking. But also, the other definition of the verb, we sway, we influence, we impress, unless we're asleep. Unless the field's asleep, more a postcard than a real field. Portrait of the people, unmoved. You know that shooting last week? I will admit the number dead was too low to startle me. If you admit you felt the same, and the person standing by you agrees, and the person beside that person, it has to be double digits, don't you think, to really shake up your afternoon? I'm troubled by how untroubled I felt regarding the coffins. 5, if you care to know. 5 still, even if you don't. I'm angry that I'm getting used to it. The daily number. Gunned down, pop, pop on Wednesday. Thursdays, spent casings. Pinging on the sidewalk. It all sounds so industrial. There's nothing metal that won't make a noise. I'm thinking every gun should come with a microphone. Each street with loudspeakers to broadcast their banging. We would never sleep. The field, always awake. Acres of swaying up to that shy blue mountain. No wonder it cowers on the horizon. I mean, look at us. Look with the mountain's eyes. We, the people, putting holes in people.
Thank you, Angie. And next we will hear from Jan Ice. Welcome back, Jan.
Okay. Have you ever seen somebody, you don't know who they are, but it makes you write something? That happened to me. In line at the supermarket, cotton candy blue hair floats about the shoulder of a burly gentleman. Silky waves ripple with the slightest breath of air. I can almost smell the sweetness this vision brings to my mind. My mouth waters, and my fingers twitch with the desire to reach out and touch the loveliness suspended before me. Shifting position as the line inches forward, he turns, and I catch sight of a blue halo drifting around a face darkened by a thick layer of black stubble. Two shining stars gaze out from the shadowy depths as he looks adoringly at his companion from silver gray eyes. His companion is sporting a platinum blonde mohawk and a full facial tattoo art. His skimpy light brown beard can't quite hide the brilliant blue lines in the tattoo covering his neck and lower half of his face. His eyes are hidden in the black stars tattooed on them like a rock star's mask. Cotton Candy asks, "What would you like for dinner?" in a voice that reminds me of Curly Howard from the Three Stooges. His friend, Mr. Platinum Blonde, turns to face Mr. Cotton Candy, and in a voice that could rival James Earl Jones, he answers, "Anything you want." Two heavily built middle-aged guys looking to be lost in their teens have found each other. They walk out of the store hand in hand with a little bounce to their steps. Ain't love grand?
Thank you, Jen. And next, let's welcome Rhonda Grace.
Okay, this one, I just noticed that this is the third draft written back 3/17/2011, Thursday at 12:40 in the morning. I just found that interesting. Does anyone else label their stuff that they write with dates and times? Okay, this one is called Eyes See Crazy Fast. They see everything. Lights, colors, people, places, trains, speed, fast cars, city lights, blurred images splash across eyes that see too much. Life so busy, dizzy, things to do, places to go. Days blur into years. Children are born and grow old. A lifetime nearly spent. Busy never ends. Where is that elusive place? That solitude? Reaching out to press pause, but missed. Tizzy is here to party, no rest for the eyes that see crazy fast. Thank you.
Great, and next we're going to hear from Bryce Tram. Come on up, Bryce. I'm going to hold on just to see if Bryce needs any help with setting up here. Will you be standing or sitting?
Take this off of the noise. Today I'll be doing a cover of Sonny and Cher's Baby Don't Go. clown laughs at me. I just can't take it anymore, so I can't stay. Maybe I'll be back someday. Baby, don't go. Pretty baby, please don't go. I love you so. Pretty baby, please don't go. When I get to the city, her tears will all be dry. She'll look so pretty, you won't even know she cried. So yes, I've gone away. Maybe I'll be back someday. Baby, don't go. Pretty baby, please don't go. I love you so. Pretty baby, please don't go. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you. Sonny and Cher will always be welcome at Ghost Town Poetry Open Mic from beyond. And next we're going to hear from Ian Caton. Come on up, Ian.
Hi, everybody. So I was recently published in a book, issue number 3 of Night Terror. It's the Perfume River Poetry Review put out by Touraine Poetry Press. And this one's all about, it's a themed issue, and so they're all like horror stories or like scary poems or like spooky poems that go bump in the night and stuff. And so I had one that got published, and it's like just in time for Halloween, so it's pretty cool. So this is called Death is Like a River, 2 parts. 1. Death is like a river, the color of burgundy wine, flowing down the mountain toward the ocean, vast and wide. So much potential. Pinewood boxes carry dead soldiers, convoys of ships going down, never to be realized, planted, fruits of their achievements. There's a revival happening right now in my living room, daughter singing the blues, carving pumpkins. Oh, death, do your worst. Ghosts of our past haunt our present. Howling, rattling chains we ignore. These ghosts move through our lives unnoticed. Oh, death, you visit me each morning, embrace me at night. The dew on the grass soaks through my stockings. Mud clings to my knees. Your bony fingers embrace my neck, tighten around my throat. This honeymoon of death, this funeral of eternity, this sleep. He comes to us when we do not expect him, this black cloaked phantasm. He comes when we aren't ready and visits our loved ones. I carve your white skull, empty it of its contents, light a candle to shine from your eyes. Part 2. So much potential wasted. Young men and women returning in a pinewood box, sailing that burgundy river draped with the flag. It's getting colder these nights. I walked by 2 people on the street holding a sign, on my way to the theater. You can go deeper into the unknown if you choose, turning back from what is safe and comfortable into something else. I saw Anthony Bourdain kill a goat on TV last night, suffocated under watchful eye of the tribal king to keep in the blood. Ignore it, pretend it does not exist. Death comes when it comes. It does not know fair. It does not have principles or ethics. You don't have to go to Syria or Afghanistan. You can sit by a parking structure, hold a cardboard sign, meet death there too. Death does not discriminate. That cold chill lurks, returning into nothingness. Thanks. And this one's called Dark Before Dawn for George Zertz. Sometimes when things are broken, they can be put back together again. Time does funny things, not a coping strategy, it's more a new start. So much creative energy and hope in youth, a perspective shift. When we focus on solutions, the problems seem to get much smaller. Wind farms in Denmark have generated surplus of the country's needs. Things are not the same as they once were. This poem's not what it started as. If you forgive the sins of another person, then they're forgiven. They have taken my Lord away, and I don't know where they have put him. They say time heals all wounds, but who's got the time when you know the rent's due? It's always darkest before dawn. This day ain't the same as yesterday. Thanks.
Thank you, Leanne. I just want to thank you. The last poem you read is my absolute favorite poem from your book. It makes the hair on my arms stand up every time, and it captures fully for me what it's like to be out in the world and to have that piece of fear right here. So thank you for that. Next we're going to hear from Andrew Forrest. Andrew, come on up. This is his first time reading here. Let's hear it for him.
So this is my first time being here, and I'm so pleased you guys are so welcoming. My name's Andrew. I am part of the Complete Works project, and what we're doing is we're going around Vancouver and Portland and doing all the works of William Shakespeare, the Bard. And one of those is the poem that I'm going to do for you right now, which is called The Phoenix and the Turtle, or rather The Phoenix and the Turtle Dove. It's not an actual turtle. Let the bird of loudest lay on the sole Arabian tree herald sad and trumpet beat, to whose sound chaste wings obey. But thou, shrieking harbinger, foul procurer of the fiend, augur of the fever's end, to this troop come thou not near. From this session interdict every fowl of tyrant wing, save the eagle, feathered king. Keep the obsequies so strict, and let the priest in surplice white that defunctive music con, be the death-divining swan, lest the requiem lack his right. And thou, treble-dated crow, that thy sable gender makest, with the breath thou giv'st and takest, mongst our mourners shalt thou go. Here the anthem doth commence. Love and constancy is dead. Phoenix and the turtle fled in a mutual flame from hence. So they loved, as love and twain had the essence but in one, two distincts, division none, number there in love was slain. Hearts remote, yet not asunder, distance and no space was seen twixt this turtle and his queen, but in them it were a wonder. So between them love did shine, that the turtle saw his right, flaming in the phoenix sight, either was the other's mine. Property was thus appalled that the self was not the same. Single nature's double name, neither two nor one was called. Reason in itself confounded, saw division grow together, to themselves yet either neither. Simple were so well compounded that it cried, how true a twain seemeth this concordant one. Love hath reason, reason none, if what parts can so remain. Whereupon it made this theme to the phoenix and the dove, co-supremes and stars of love, as chorus to their tragic scene. Beauty, truth, and rarity, grace and all simplicity, here enclosed in cinders lie. Death is now the phoenix nest, and the turtle's loyal breast to eternity doth rest. Leaving no posterity, 'twas not their infirmity, it was married chastity. Truth may seem but cannot be, beauty brag but 'tis not she, truth and beauty buried be. To this urn let those repair that are either true or fair, for these dead birds sigh a prayer.
That. I admire the ability to memorize, but to memorize Shakespeare, I really admire. Thank you.
Yeah, he's worth remembering.
Absolutely. Thank you. Nice. Come back. Rob Gorley? Rob? Nice to see you, Rob.
Probably good enough. Can you hear me okay? Okay, I wrote 2 in August. I'll share both of them. One thing leads to another, 101 degrees Fahrenheit. Searching boxes upstairs for the 1-inch black hose coupler I thought I had, locating instead those misplaced cinch belts used to secure spring clasps of the suitcase. Exasperated, sweltering, I head to the riverbank shade, disrupting the quail covey bathing there at the shallow edge of flowing cascade. 3-inch chicks of this summer's clutch flit to leafy alder branches, guided out of sight by insistent clucks to regather beyond scouring rushes. Wading out to current, now it's my turn to dip and wash, to live and learn. And skinflint. Anybody remember skinflint? This is skinflint and the Canyon Doe. Like a night nurse quietly checking on the ward's patients, the doe came before daybreak last night along the path, turning by the back bedroom corner of the house where a patch of bouncing bet thrives. She's favored cropping the succulent tops there of late. Sometimes, as her ostensibly cautious gait brings her around the corner, I feel a slight earth tremor from one rear leg assuming the weight while the other hind leg steps deliberately forward, although I'm in bed sleeping on this side of the wall and don't know if she's coming or going. What's more, I see this morning she's eaten considerable foliage from the tomato plant I uncaged and uprooted yesterday. I kind of hoped she'd notice that I'd left her a dry season treat. The air is hazed with smoke again from forests burning north of here, which gives the sunlight a certain disconcerting pallor.
Next, we're going to hear from Karen Reed. Karen, come on up.
Thank you. Hello. I'm Karen Reed, and I brought 2 poems tonight. The first one I wrote, it was my submission for the Poetry Moves project for CTRAN. And the submission requirement was 7 lines. So I used a 7-line form called Rhyme Royale. It's a little bit like a sonnet. It's also in iambic pentameter. You all probably know what that is. I had to look it up. It's 5 heartbeats, but soft, what light through yonder window breaks, right? It is the east and Juliet the sun. And I'll tell you, once you start writing that way, you can't stop thinking that way. So now, for you, here is the thing I wrote. The 4th plane. A home for hundreds walking, yet to name the dreams that rise before they dare to speak. Colorful signs that fly above, unsame, wave low and high, press forward, reach and peak. So often you'll find only what you seek. Your power lines of old are not here sown. They surge beneath this skin of place, unknown. This second poem has been turning up a lot in my world lately for some unexplained reason. It is by Gwendolyn Brooks from 1963. Brooks is from Chicago. She won the Pulitzer Prize in 1950, and she was the Poet Laureate for the state of Illinois from 1968 until she died in the year 2000. Kitchenette building. We are things of dry hours and the involuntary plan. Grayed in and gray. Dream makes a giddy sound, not strong like rent, feeding a wife, satisfying a man. But could a dream send up through onion fumes its white and violet, fight with fried potatoes and yesterday's garbage ripening in the hall? Flutter or sing an aria down these rooms, even if we were willing to let it in, had time to warm it, keep it very clean, anticipate a message, let it begin? We wonder, but not well, not for a minute. Since number 5 is out of the bathroom now, we think of lukewarm water, hope to get in it.
Thank you, Karen. Roxanne, come on down.
Thank you.
Yeah, except when you're in an airplane and you're next to the window and you want to stand up.
Yeah, I did it.
Not so good. And I also have 2 poems for you this evening, and the first one is untitled. Yesterday, I was your lover. We cuddled, you held my hand. Today, I'm your rival for the attention of an old friend. Why must the glow of past sunrises change the color of our sunset? Am I not your rainbow in the presence of this sun and moon? Hidden behind your cloud, I wither. Okay, this one's a little more upbeat, but maybe only a little. It's called Hey Baby. Hey baby, can I have your number? Why yes, my number is 6. 6 years of hell endured, still milking the meaning. 6 kindred spirits gone, still mourning the missing. 6 miles to go, still moving the mess. 6 laps around the park, still melting the mind. 6 ships have sailed, still mauling the mermaid. 6 spoken words, still messing with the man. Yes, you can have my number.
Thank you. Gwen? Are you here, Gwen? Gwen. It was getting really late for Gwen. She had to get up at 4:30 in the morning. I said, I would be going. So, anyway, we'll hear Gwen next time. We'll get her up earlier in the night. Adam, come on up. This might be just right for you.
That's good.
That is good.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yep. All right, I got 3 fairly short ones. First one is sort of about how I think that a lot of us in America tend to view our older citizens. This is called Alien. I see you, alien, easing through the crowd, trying to pass as one of us. Sometimes I think you believe you are, but I can see your paper skin on long, brittle bones of fingers clamp your cybernetic appendages in the rails of your silver vessel, awash in sterile white light. You're a refugee of a world long pillaged, a messenger of voices long lost, as foreign and unreachable as any star. You could almost pass for one of us, but for your soft skin, the light eyes, the steadfast ghost of dignity whipping and fluttering in the hard wind of my world. The lines of travel reveal where you're from. You stare at me with stories to tell of your home world, never to be seen again, listening to traces like misty breeze off the open sea, telling stories of a different island where the grass was brighter green and grew by magic, where love was a story that came true as it was told, where the gravity was soft, where you could run and spring, where heartaches were earned, where magic was obscure enough to be real, where you didn't fester and rot in this dream come true. Okay, so the next one was inspired by being in a critique group. I write mostly prose, and it just, you never get used to it. It never gets any more comfortable. But it's called Flayed. Good God, this table is cold. Don't think I'll ever get used to it. With pride gagged, with hands outstretched, with branch clamped in teeth, I submit to scalpel unleashing lifeblood, to mallet, summoning involuntary response, to bone saw grinding through my most solid foundation, heart beating on the scale, soul hanging on the wire, hope lingers with wringing hands in the waiting room, eyes propped open to see, a body flayed, weakness displayed, for want of a better me. Okay, and the last one is about the coming of autumn, which is my favorite season. Partially because I love Halloween and because my birthday is in October. So because of those two things, autumn really makes me feel like a kid again, and that's probably was my favorite season. This is called Monster. Ooh, come here, you big monster. Embrace me in your warm nutmeg arms. Peel off this sweltering coat and breathe the refreshing wind on my face. I can see you coming, yellow eyes peering through bushels of apples, stacks of hay in the darkness of the barn. I can see you creeping down the aisles, swinging on rafters above the tiled floor of the retail store. I can see your heavy boots shuffling through the aromatic steam oozing from rain-drenched streets, your black shadow long in the orange sun. Go ahead and take another bite out of my life, I don't mind. I've been waiting for you to ease my soul into another year, to steal me away into the cool, bygone afternoons, to bring me to yesterday's dream, to take me all the way home.
Thank you. And our next reader will be Bob Sunshine.
Chastity belt, underdress, tempting man to be his best. Guillotine in the trap door, cutting off 2 inches more. After Lord's Prayer, noticed rash. Showed the priest, just shook tongue lash. Good old God, hard of hearing, shout it loud before clearing. Egg over easy, hold sperm. Magnificent journeys, squirm. Remote controlled, God's vision, surface to air, split decision. Piece of history, appraised, chain and ball seemed overglazed. Complaint department, where at? Troublesome task, tit, then that. And my last one, I always like to end it with it. I don't know, I always say that, but this is a seconds ad, so very still. Gratitude, she downs the pill. Daughter or maybe a son, death toll at 1001. Thank you very much. Thank you, Christopher.